Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to do a quick recap of the DraftKings call for anybody who didn't have the time to listen themselves and doesn't want to put an hour plus into the replay. So just the top most important things that you missed. First of all, in terms of the financials, it was a beat raise. So in terms of revenue guidance, they were looking for 232 million, and DraftKings reported 322 million. The street was expecting a loss of 47 cents per share, and they reported a loss of 24 cents per share. So comparatively, that's a beat. And then in terms of guidance, they had previously been giving a range of 750 to 850 million. They decided to increase that. New range is 900 million to a billion. Okay, so that's for the full year 2021. Midpoint to midpoint, about a 19% increase. Stock reacted pretty well on Friday. One thing that's interesting about that guidance is it doesn't include any states that currently have legislation that haven't passed it, right? So that's only going to be a bonus looking forward for the full year. The landscape as it stands for DraftKings, live with sports betting in 12 states, live with iGaming in 4 states. So they say the 12 states represent 25% of the population, the 4 states represent 10% of the population. So quite a lot of runway, both sports betting and the iGaming products. In terms of which states are next, they say that again, there's 19 states currently considering legislation, and some of those states will pass it and then make that live for 2022. But any of them that pass and then make it live immediately will only be helpful to this year's numbers, because again, those are not included in the 900 million to 1 billion revenue expectations. Okay, so another major takeaway from the call, especially when we look at the revenue and the guidance in terms of the revenue, is that they noted that advertisers are looking to advertise more than DraftKings is currently making room for in their products. The way that they're doling it out now in terms of advertising to the customer base is if you're playing a free-to-play game, you're going to see ads. But if you're paying to play, no ads. They think that's the best user experience. And so the comment, which ties into a video that I did on the whole state of the industry as it stands, and how it pertains to the total addressable market size, DraftKings mentioned since they have advertisers looking to advertise that they currently have to turn away or put on pause, they're actively trying to come up with new games, new iGaming ideas, and just new methods of content so they can then allow the advertisers to reach the customer base. So again, I had said that any kind of projection or estimate on the total addressable market for this industry is going to prove to be too low, and exactly for the reason that DraftKings mentioned. Is because you can't take into account new products. There's going to be, whether it's podcasts or live streaming channels, new games created. None of that is happening right now, and a lot of the analysts are just kind of prorating the size of the market for the states that have legalized it, and then how that looks if all 50 states. But even when all the states, or say 45 to 50 states, have all legalized sports betting, iGaming, I think the market then starts to mature and just starts to create new revenue opportunities and new games that right now are hard to predict for everybody. Then they noted in terms of the balance sheet, they have $1.8 billion cash, no debt, so obviously a very strong position there. So looking forward, DraftKings probably is going to be one of the major players in this space. FanDuel, who's private right now. Then you have DraftKings, Penn, and Wynn seem to be the top 4. But this is going to be an industry, in my opinion, where there's going to be multiple winners, and DraftKings looks like they're positioning themselves to be certainly among those winners. Final note is that they mentioned a few times in response to analyst calls that they do have an investor day on March 9th. So with that investor day so close to the call, that's less than 2 weeks away, it seemed that they were keeping some information under wraps. And so you can expect, and I've seen this with other investor days, they always want some new positive information to roll out. And so, we saw the pop and we saw the good reaction to this call. And I think we can expect that on March 9th we'll get some more positive information. All right, so that's hopefully just a quick recap. Hopefully that's better than listening to the whole full hour call. I know there's probably some details I missed, but I think directionally, if you're just watching the space and saying, is the narrative playing out the way that I think it will, and that's kind of how I'm investing in this space right now. I think this call tells you everything's on track. DraftKings is doing well. And again, we'll get some more information March 9th, If anything really interesting comes out of that, I'll probably make another video. All right, thanks guys.